So when you're thinking about getting into beekeeping, here's the minimum equipment that you will probably need. Firstly, let's talk about the bee suit. The bee suit is a really important bit of equipment because, as most people know and are often perhaps a bit afraid of it, to be honest, bees do sting, and that can be a bit unpleasant and make it difficult to work with your bees. So how do we overcome that? We wear a bee suit. This covers us pretty much from head to toe, as you can probably see, and it even has this really wonderful protective veil that goes over your face and makes sure that you can have good visibility of what you're doing. You can see exactly what's going on, but keeps your face safe from bee stings. So the bee suit is really important for that. The one challenge about bees though is they can get pretty hot. So when you're thinking about buying your first bee suit, this one is wonderful. It's got a special type of material that lets air flow through really nicely. It's breathable. It's a multi-layered suit. So just think about if you're working in hot environments, that maybe a suit like this might suit you. So that's the wonders of the bee suit. But next to that, it sort of leaves your hands not protected. So some sort of gauntlet style, long glove that does come a fair way up your arms is great. That means they overlap nicely with the suit. Leather's nice to work with most of the time. It's easy to sort of wash anything off that gets on there, whether it's honey or other beeswax or other products from the bees. And these need to be really looked after well because they can deteriorate and go hard and crusty, but without them, you're obviously leaving your hands exposed to bee stings, and given that's the thing that's getting the closest to the bees when you work the bees, that's a likely place that you'll get stung if you're not protecting those. Other people use different styles of gloves, even down to just dishwashing gloves. Really, that's a preference for you, but I like these style, which are made from leather. Protects your hands. Some of the other key equipment that you will need if you're wanting to get started with beekeeping is a smoker. And a smoker is really important because it helps subdue and settle the bees when you're working with the bees. If this was a beehive here today with actual bees in it, we'd light the smoker, and we'll share that with you another time. But we'd light the smoker and we'd give a little bit of smoke to the bees and occasionally give them a little bit of smoke from time to time. It helps them settle. It makes working around the bees easier. If they're calm, you'll be calm. You'll take careful and sensible actions around your bees and avoid mistakes. The smoker is a simple bit of gear, I guess. There's a chamber here where you put your fuel, and then there's a small bellow at the back that you use to keep it going. I'll love to share more about that with you another time. When you're working the actual beehives, and here's just a few frames, just empty frames in a small hive, they get sticky and hard to work with, and when you've got your gloves on, you could probably imagine trying to get in here with it would be challenging. So we have various types of hive tools, quite simple really, but good enough to be able to take the sort of action you need. And you can see there's different parts of it here that we use, and we use one end to help break open and separate and loosen each frame, and then we use this end with the hook to help us get in, under, lift up, get in, under, and lift up so that we can bring those frames out. So a hive tool becomes really important and something that you'll value a lot. And here's a free tip for you. Make sure you have more than one, because you'll inevitably put one down and lose it, and you'll still need the other one. Another one that's not too bad is if you've got bees all over this, and whilst you might shake them off, it's kind of helpful to have a brush, which helps just tickle the bees to move them along if you're trying to see what's going on that frame. So a bee brush is an inexpensive item that will really help your beekeeping and make it more simple and straightforward. So just really quickly, to get started with beekeeping, you want your protective equipment, you want your bee smoker, you want a hive tool or two, and a bee brush, and of course a beehive, and that should get you started with beekeeping. So if you're interested in more of the gear and equipment that we use for beekeeping, why don't you drop a comment down below and tell me what we should tell you about next.